All right, people. So I'm back and I'm ready to attack. See here, screen. Yeah, you'll be able to see a reaction video from me soon enough. Um, this is insane. So Trump's the man. Just want to say that right now. Trump's the man. If Trump doesn't win, I will be shocked. I'll be shocked more than anything ever. No. No, it's just like I just don't understand how anybody in their right mind can say that Kamala Harris is going to run the country when she's been in office with Grandpa Joe, Lion Joe, sleepy ass Joe for over 4 years, right? And America, look, America's worse under communism. Look, what we're seeing is wannabe communists. They want to have government control just about everything. They want to have government regulate everything, put massive regulations, make it impossible to do any kind of business. America did not become America, the America we know it today, because of stupid ideas like socialism or communism. They are dumb. I'm just going to point that out. History has proved me right time and time and time again. And I can't stand when I hear socialists tell me, oh, it wasn't implemented correctly. No, you can never truly implement it correctly because it tries to change the fundamental structure of what human beings are. When you get rid of incentive, when you get rid of freedom, which is what socialism and communism do, don't get me wrong, they do that exactly. You know it. The group becomes more important than the individual. And what happens in socialism and communism is the individual becomes dispensable. It's easier to eliminate people in the hope of the greater good. That's what they always tell you. The greater good. I hate that fucking word. We're doing this for the greater good. Are ya? Hitler said the same thing. Stalin said the same thing. Oh, you know who else said that same shit? Mao. They may not have said the exact same words, but their message, their intent, still basically the same. I hate socialism. I hate communism. The reason I hate both of them is because they give government way too much power. And the problem with government is govern means to, in a sense, control and direct in a sense. I don't want other people controlling my life, especially when I find that those other people are highly incompetent. I believe that the government is highly incompetent. I can't say it any more clearly. So I'm not anti-government, I'm anti-big government. I want small government. Not too small, but small enough. The federal government's gotten a little too big for its britches. We don't want to become those awful countries. We don't want to become like China. We don't want to become like Russia. We don't want to become like shitty Ukraine or shitty Russia or shitty just about every shitty country. Because they don't care about the individual. Nobody in government truly cares about the individual. This is why governments need to be small. The government only interferes with people's lives. Doesn't make really anything better. Sure, you could say it does to a degree. Certain things are necessary, obviously. Certain safety nets you could imagine, but at the end of the day, what can you do? So yeah, there's a damn good reason why I will never choose. There's a good reason to vote for Trump, from my mind. So I want to react a little bit to some of the clips I saw. I didn't really get to tune in. Oh, okay. So Texas Repo says, let's see, we're on generation from being Venezuela. No, I could say that. That sounds fucking accurate. Pisses me off, but no. Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying to see the country I love go downhill. Um, it's annoying to see. It's annoying to see my generation and the generation before me think that stupid ideas like I'm talking about really stupid ideas like socialism, communism, they're bad. They're the worst ideas you could ever think of. You know, on paper they seem okay. They seem like okay ideas on paper. It seems like, oh, this seems kind of fair. But in reality, it's not. It gets rid of incentive. Human beings need incentive. The problem with all forms of collectivism is they all seem to want to change the instinct, the actual being of an individual. The truth is, an individual can only evolve through freedom. Individuals, human beings, require freedom. It's true. Everybody does. In order to reach one's full potential. I believe that wholeheartedly. But anyway, I'm probably not gonna do too long of a reaction to this. Let's see. But anyway, so what did you guys think about the town hall? I didn't really watch too much of it. I only watched a little bit. I just my attention span's a little shot today, and I felt like, oh, it'd be easier to talk to you guys and just kind of reflect on some of the things I noticed. Yeah, and I you know, Texas Repo is also saying more government's bad. Agreed wholeheartedly. I'm so sick of this generation, my generation, and Gen Z and whatever the new generation is. I don't even know what the hell you call the new generation, but it's sad when stupid ideas become popular. Bad ideas becoming popular. It's bad, dude. It's terrible. Now, the best thing we could do is to try to put out better ideas. Obviously, that's the whole point. That's why freedom of speech is a good thing. To be able to, the best way to stifle out a shitty idea is through several from people promoting good ones. You know, you don't censor. Censorship is wrong. It's evil. It is evil, by the way. The old saying goes, when you cut out another man's tongue, to prevent him to speak, and I can't remember, I want to misquote this a little bit. When you cut out another man's tongue to prevent them to speak, it's not the man speaking who is dangerous. No, hold on. They're basically afraid of what the other person has to say, right? So censorship is, I butchered that fucking quote, but I think you guys get the idea. The person who's in the wrong, the person who's most fearful is the one who has to cut out the other person's tongue. The person cutting it. And I just don't know how clear I can get. It sucks. But at the same time, you know. Damn, I don't know what sort of gay shit my neighbors are listening to, but whatever. Whatever. Anyway, the whole point of the message is, yeah, obviously more government, more problems. So it just becomes a total shit show. Yeah, my reaction to it though is pretty basic. You know, I thought I thought he was doing exactly what he usually does, which is pretty badass. Trashing the opposition, which is good because, look, Kamala, Kamala and Tim Walz are both basically communists, straight up communists, and it sucks. It's a terrible idea. And I hope Trump wins in a landslide. Give me 1 second, folks. All right, so yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, it's like government thinks if you put more regulations out, it's better. No, it should be a lot of things should be figured out on the state level. You know, there should not be a lot of federal laws. Enough said. A lot of things need to be decided by the states. Let's see. But Philip says Trump 2024, absolutely, man. I'm all for it. Tim Smith is in the house. Let's see. Garza is live. You should do a James O'Keefe NFL hidden camera exposed reaction. I emailed you the link. I actually didn't check my email earlier. Probably should have. At least I thought. What, did I? Maybe I did. I don't know. I think I checked it for a second. But let's see. Philip Holmes says commies. And then let's see. Thumbs down, of course, on Philip Holmes there. That's what. I'm not saying thumbs down to his comment, but he put the thumbs down emoji. Now let's see. Tim Smith says YouTube counter-programmed the town hall with a copper cap live stream. Copper cap's ridiculous, man. I I didn't really end up watching the one where he gets eggs smashed on his head, but it's crazy. But let's see here. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let me see if I can get all the live messages here. Here we go. Carpe G, by the way. I didn't see this until now. It says Melania Trump is actually, bro. You silly, bro. Putin is... Dude, I swear, YouTube tends to... This is what pissed me off about YouTube. YouTube is communist shilling. Like, they love communism way too much. It's fucking annoying, man. Hell. Stupid. It's a bad idea, man. Anyway, so Carpe G is saying all drama is going around because rich guys don't want to pay taxes, blah blah. Now are everyone communists and enemies, common man? In the last 40 years, we have Democrats in the government, not communists. No, the Democrat Party has become the Communist Party of America. Just admit it. Let's see. In the Democrat Party sucks ass hard. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Erwin Curtis says America sold out to communist China in 1972 and 1979. Carpe G says now coming Trump last year's and don't want to pay taxes and bullying into demonizing Democrats. Come on, man. Let's see. Texas Repo says we will secede from the union if Harris wins somehow. Texas can run itself without Harris or Biden. Trump. Let's see. Tim Smith says Trump got more laughs tonight than a lot of comedians get during their sets. Donald, and then Carpe G says Donald's wife is a communist, bro. Bob, let's see. Bob Sebring says True. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not gonna read too many of the I'm gonna try to read the comments, but I like Tim's comment there though. So Carpe G says, "Bro, this is witch hunting from the Republicans, bro." Witch hunting. Have you seen the level of witch hunting that they've done against Donald Trump? Like, they've gone after Trump so much, it's insane. You're telling me that there's a witch hunt against Democrats when every single mainstream outlet goes right up against Trump, tries to, shut him down, ruin his life. Screw you, Carpe G, whoever you are. Screw you. Anyway, Woking Goat Death says we need to hold our government to the Constitution. They always say democracy, democracy, but we have a constitutional republic. It amazes me to see how little the population knows about our government. Exactly. Democracy is not listed one single time in the fucking Constitution. And if it is, prove me wrong. Maybe they need to make a woke constitution. The Constitution of woke. Tim Smith says, did you see that picture of Tim Walz's family? Basically, his entire family has endorsed Trump, except his wife and kid. Yeah, of course, because they know Walz sucks. Tim Walz was an awful governor of Minnesota. The place is a wreck, and yet people still vote for that crap. I don't know, maybe because the Democrat Party's lost its mind. I will say it is the party for the mentally ill. It's become that, Tim Smith says, did you see the... Oh, yeah, I read that. Okay. Erwin Curtis says, 1972, China trade agreement. 1979, China floods America with foreign goods. Okay. Let's see. Bob Sebring says, Mr. Ed for Tampon Timmy. Yeah. The point is, I really don't know how anybody can vote for Communist Kamala and Tampon Tim. I just don't get it. They're both terrible candidates. They really are. Seriously, like, how can you? I just don't get it. But hey, to each their own. Carpe G says, right, if we followed democracy, then we would have put Trump in jail after January 6th. You know what? By the way, Carpe G, fun fact, concepts like democracy are the reason things like witch hunts happened, because it's majority rule. All democracy is it's a fancy word for saying the majority says this, so we do this. Founding fathers realized that democracy is a bad idea. Democracy is a shitty idea. It's one of the shittiest ideas of all time, because the majority is not often right, especially if the majority is in what's called manic hysteria mode, right? You see that all the time. By the way, it's concepts like democracy that made awful ideas like slavery popular. Seriously. It's majority rule. The majority has to basically say, hey, this is a good idea, even when it's a shitty idea. Anyway, democracy is a bad idea. I mean that. I'm not even kidding. It's one of the worst ideas of all time. I prefer a constitutional republic because change sometimes needs to take time. Change should never be rushed. Ever. Because sometimes the majority pushes change that is not always good. Sometimes the majority is so fucking wrong that it's insane. Seriously, think about it. Really think about that. Witch hunting, it's terrible. Awful. So Tim Smith says the rumors are that Waltz did stuff I'm just going to say to blank when he was a teacher. And it might make sense that he liquidated all of his assets then, because the kids might not go public because, oh my God. That's actually pretty scary. Whoa, dude. I don't know how right Tim is, but I wouldn't be surprised if you're right on that one, man. Dustin Nunez says, let's see. Yes, if she wins, we'll be in a communist country and there's people actually are too stupid to see it because they hate President Trump. Oh, yeah. Well, the problem is, it's so funny. My generation's become history illiterate. You know what I mean? Like, am I the only one who's read a little bit of history? Am I the only one who questions anything anymore? Seriously, the whole skepticism is very healthy, by the way. Without skepticism, you just take everything as truth when not everything that's told to you is truth. I'm not saying be skeptical of every single thing, but when for instance, when the government tells you what to do, be skeptical. Be skeptical of things you need to be skeptical of. Government is always something you got to be skeptical of, big time. Government official tells you what to do, question that motherfucker. Seriously, government is something, I don't know. It's terrible. Compliance is a bad thing. It's a shitty thing. Do not comply blindly. Sometimes you need to comply, obviously. But, yeah. But that's the way it goes. Let's see. And then Sam Gilmore says the government has never lied to us. Bob Sebring says you're applying common sense. Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, if people could stop being so tribal about things and just really think as an individual and stop caring so much about one's image and just kind of be truthful with your ideals. Yeah. With your beliefs. I've just, if more people read history, I think that they would realize that there's a lot of bad ideas out there. A lot of bad ideas that are masked as good ideas, I think. The problem is, it's funny. People like communism and socialism are such terrible ideas that you have to cake on so much makeup onto those ideas to make it look good. And all people have to do is read a history book, by the way, to find out that communism and socialism are the shittiest ideas that human beings have ever come up with as far as a system of running things. You don't want incompetence controlling things. Government equals incompetence. Government controls the means of production. Government sucks. Government's incompetent. No. N-O. Hell no. No, 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 no. Woo, boy. So, that's what I would say. Let's see. Sam says, do you consider progressives as humans? Obviously, they're human beings. I don't know. I don't dehumanize anybody who doesn't agree. Just because you don't agree with me I'm totally fine with people not agreeing with me. That's the point. I'm just very vocal, and that's the point of free speech, is to really get out your ideas, your opinions, and let people decide for themselves. But I think when you start censoring people, that's when it gets really rough. Yeah. But let's see. Let's see. Yeah, progressives are humans. I think they're stupid, but whatever. They're not really. It's funny. I call them regressives, not progressive. So, whenever somebody says they're a progressive, I say, "Oh, you're regressive." Okay, cool. Good to know. Because a lot of these people who say they're progressive don't believe in anything that progressed humanity in a single way. It's the irony of it. It's pretty sad. I mean, Elon did say, and I'm pretty sure he quoted somebody on this one, but I'm going to quote Elon's quote of somebody. You know, the most likely outcome is the most ironic one. That's a pretty funny one. Um, let's see. You know, Bob says understand circumstances and outcomes, just retarded. Uh, Woken goat death. Let's see. Socialism opens the door for communism. Yep, that's true. Sam Gilmore says, at what point does their existence infringe on our way of life? I mean, do I want progressives controlling me and telling me what to do? Hell no. Hell no. I think less regulation, more freedom. That's the key. And let's see. And then as far as it goes, you know, at what point does their existence? Well, that's fine. Then Bob says, let's see, in communism leads to tyranny. Let's see. They think they've evolved into enlightened state, blah, blah, blah. Actually, reason. Preach its own. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, and it's funny, Bob, you're right. You always see it when in any communist country, it leads to some sort of tyranny. All that centralization of power, all that control that government has, it ends up getting in the wrong hands because human beings, the worst kind of human beings, definitely seek power to control others. And it's so easy to control others under a communist or socialist regime. That's why it always turns into a dictatorship or some sort of authoritarian nightmare. Always happens that way. It's like look at China. Look at what China is, man. They say it's the People's Republic, or no, the People's Republic of China. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, it's basically a communist nation. So yeah, Bob, you're exactly right. Ronald Reagan, totally a less government guy. Less government, less problems. Easy as that. Easy as that, man. But no, I'm extremely excited for Trump to win this year. He's got to win. I'm definitely voting for sure. I'm gonna try to see if we can turn Oregon red for once. I'm not. You know, it's funny. I'm not even really conservative. I'd like to believe I'm kind of liberal. You know, I just believe in freedom. I guess you could say I'm more libertarian than anything. I believe in freedoms, less government. Um, but I am. If we're gonna say that I'm a Republican, I'm definitely like. I definitely believe in the Party of Lincoln. I want us to bring that back. You know, Party of Lincoln's where it's at. But let's see. Genocide. If Tim gets rid of his assets, I think it's a different. Any civic course cases. Budget entitlement. Yeah, see over. It's over. Let's see. Bob says, "Lol." Oh. Oh yeah. Let's see. This has actually been a bigger stream than I thought it was going to be. This is really fun, by the way. Chilquare says, I think there will be some surprise states won by Trump. Lincoln was a Republican. Yeah, he absolutely was. That's why the Party of Lincoln, man. I'm a big Abe Lincoln fan, man, and I really do. I just, man, I'm just hoping, crossing my fingers, boys, crossing my fingers, because I really want to see Trump win this. I really do. And with that debate, I think he did a hell of a job. Not debate, sorry, town hall. I think the more airtime he gets, the better things will be. Because I also hope that Kamala gets pressure to go on out more because of how bad she is. I think it'll just only show how incompetent she is. It's a big deal. Just checking a few things. One moment. Wow, I honestly can't believe how many people are watching this, by the way. This is incredible. But also Bob is saying, Lincoln was Republican, MLK was also a Republican. Yeah, because the Republican Party really still believes in fundamental liberty for the most part. I think the problem is, the reason the Democrats always seem to win elections is because they're so good at offering free stuff. Of course, nobody ever thinks about the price tag of free, where it's coming from. It basically it's all taxpayer money. So anytime people get free things, it's coming out of somebody's pocket, including their own a lot of the times. We've definitely paid for it with heavy inflation with a lot of the stuff that's been going on. Batshit crazy says 30,000 years equals 1 trillion seconds. That's crazy. Toker88 says Kamala chokes under pressure. Gary Brooks says Trump 2025. Batshit crazy says conversion to debt. Bob Sebring says my big concern is how the Democrats are going to try to instill the election again. Yeah, it's interesting because I think personally, and by the way, Bob's comment right there does not reflect the show. Well, I will say that just so YouTube doesn't ban me, by the way. I was reading Bob's comment, so that's all I got to say. But the big concern, by the way, I'll have to say it, Kamala's awesome, whatever. I love Joe Biden. Yuck. Okay, never mind. I can't do it. But the truth is, there's a lot of people who question a lot. And questioning things is good, by the way. Question everything. Everything. If you don't, you're really screwing yourself, man. You're really screwing yourself. Let's see. Let's see. Tim says, Tim Smith says, I don't seem to be seeing on my feed half of the comments you are reading. Somehow I'm able to see all these. I think you have to sort the comments by all chat comments. I think it may be only showing you like the most relevant. I have no idea how that works. By the way, the YouTube algorithm's a weird one. Toker says the Inflation Reduction Act was a joke. It worsened inflation. Batshit Crazy says FKH. Woken Goat says, do you think we can ever get Congress to pass term limits? Bob also says Kamala chokes under Willie Brown. A lot of the people in Congress don't want to give up power, so I don't think there will ever be a term limit thing passed. Ever. I mean, you might be able to get it past the legislative branch. I'm not sure, though. But once you get it past the legislative, it still has to go to the Senate, and the Senate may shoot it down. I could see that happening, unfortunately. Yeah, I could definitely see that happening for sure. Batshit Crazy says, find chat filter. Oh, switch it. Oh, so my boy on here is basically saying you got to go to the chat filter and then switch it over to like all chat, I think. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just glad I'm able to see all the comments though, because the one thing that scares me is YouTube trying to censor comments or trying to make it where they can't be seen. That's very frustrating. See, my boy Batshit is saying Bob A+ with some emojis. Okay, cool. But yeah, it's I want to see. I'm just depressed because I really would be shocked if Kamala wins. I really would be. I don't think she should. She's awful. I think she's probably one of the worst, but Yeah, depends. Yeah, overall though, my main thoughts are I I just don't I can't see any way for Kamala to win. I really can't. I just can't see how anybody would be stupid enough to fall for what the Democrats have done. There's been a lot of people who are low key going to vote for Donald Trump at the polls because they tell their friends, hey, I'm voting for Kamala, when in all reality, they're going to be voting for Trump. That's all there is to it. They're looking at how broke they are, how much more expensive everything is. That does matter, and it's just been getting worse. So anyway, so Rosemary Otero says, "You white men are gross." Well, whatever ethnicity you are, Rosemary, you're gross and you're racist. So, Rosemary says, "You guys are just so racist." Okay, why am I so racist? Tell me, why am I racist? I hate it when people say that all white. Rosemary, you're an idiot. You're just too fucking stupid. Tell me how I'm racist. Tell me. You tell me. Burden of evidence is on you. You do realize, by the way, that I am Mexican. 25%, by the way. It's not much, but I am. Whether anybody likes to admit it or not. I'm about as Mexican as Kamala is blank. But no, I am 25%. So you can call me. You can, by the way, Rosemary, whoever the hell you are, you're stupid as shit. Call me racist. I don't care. Keep calling me racist. Really do it. Keep it going. Because it's people like you who make me want to vote for Trump as much as possible. People like you are the reason that people like Trump get elected, by the way. You call enough people stupid and you act like you're on this holier-than-thou crusade when you're just as dumb as anybody. Anyway, Tim Smith said, Rosemary, Bill Clinton isn't running. He already served 2 terms. You're not allowed to run again after 2 terms. So there is no racist here, except maybe, oh God. Let's see. Rosemary says people that vote for Trump is because they only want white people to run America. Let's see. Rosemary says your mother is an idiot. What are you talking about? You were the... Okay, so your mother's... You know what, Rosemary? You're awful. I don't know who you are, but I could tell you're a miserable see you next Tuesday. And I can't stand you. Anyway, Bob says the term racist has lost its sting. Rosemary says you want a criminal and a pedophile for president. What? Oh, are you saying that? Oh, how'd you know I was voting for Kamala, Rosemary? Let's see. Let's see. I am 9% Central African. Looks like Willis. Let's see. Rosemary says you don't have no morals. God, you don't have no grammar. God. Tim Smith says Otero is English, means criminal. Let's see. Bob says the irony is Rosemary is a racist as shit. That's the irony, is they accuse anybody who accuses you of all that shit, by the way, is probably racist themselves. So the accuser happens to be the most racist, in my opinion. So Rosemary is racist, is what I've concluded, because she's a prick. Yeah, I'm not going to apologize to you, Rosemary, because you're you're beneath me at this point. So screw you. Don't call me racist because I will not apologize. I'm not going to bow down. I'm not a low testosterone male, Rosemary. You may be able to, you may talk to those guys all the time, but I'm not going to back down. Hell no. I'm not a pussy like all the men you talk to, you stupid bitch. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, quit calling me a racist is all I'm saying. I mean, actually, honestly, keep doing it. Do what you want to do, but you'll just look like a stupid freaking idiot in the end. Let's see. But yeah, no, people like Rosemary is people that... Rosemary does not realize that she's the reason that people want to vote for Trump. It's people like her that encourage people like myself. Yeah, keep calling everybody racist. See how that works out. Because guess what? Your worst nightmare is about to happen. Trump's going to get elected. That's all I got to say. Look at... Batshit Crazy says, give it the permanent... No, I'm not going to... By the way, I don't ban people. I believe in freedom of speech, even if I don't agree. I let anybody in my chats, by the way. Anybody. You can be a dick to me. I don't care. Seriously, you can say whatever you want. But I'll call you names. Just like how she was calling me names, I call her names. It's equal treatment, Well, let's see. Bob says in psychology that term is referred to as projection. Yes, it's absolute projection. Accuse them of what you are, of what you actually are. Woken Goat Death says, I can almost guarantee Rosemary has never read a single book on American history. Ask her which party supported the KKK. Yeah, actually, yes. Oh, my goodness. The irony is most Democrats don't realize that the original party of the KKK was the Democrats. So that's the irony here. Anyway, I don't understand. Like, I like Trump. How does that make me a bad person? I don't get it. By the way, there's a lot of famous people that we all seem to love and admire who have done awful things. I'm just going to put that out there, okay? Have done some really weird fucking shit. Yet we all love them. But somehow Trump is the exception to this. But Trump derangement syndrome is real. Most people cannot calmly talk about anything. You bring up Trump's name one time in just random company, there's going to be somebody who freaks out and acts like you just stabbed him. So that's the irony, man. I mean, that's why I'm voting for him, though. I'm voting for him because I do want America to be great again. Like, it's not going to be great under capital. No, sorry. It'll be better under capitalism. I think it's worse under, more government, more problems, more communism, more problems, more socialism, more problems. Bad ideas have been dressed up to look like good ideas. And I don't know why. I think it's just easier to promise free things to people in politics. And that's why the game never ends. And that's why it gets worse and worse every year. Because everybody's offering free things. If you elect me, you'll get this. You'll get this. It's like, that's been the battle cry of the Democrats for a while. So it's a damn shame. Man, there's a lot of people watching the stream right now. Holy shit. By the way, thanks everybody watching the stream. I really appreciate it. Probably wondering, why do I keep doing vertical streams? Well, just to let you know, it's pretty nice. I prefer the vertical stream format. It's a lot better. Way better. But yeah, Bob's saying that Rosemary is really a man. I would not doubt that for a second. I will say that I am going to cut this stream short, probably, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe, but any more comments, people keep going, man. Batshit crazy says, Mike, you spent time in Mexico. No, my grandfather was from Mexico. Yeah. I'm not though. I'm American born, so I got lucky on that one. Yeah, it's funny. Like my grandpa definitely escaped a shithole country. Smart man. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to live there. With everything that's been happening, it's just getting worse. Could get better. It'll probably get better. I do have some form of optimism. Let's see. Tim Smith says, I've seen Rosemary produce a vertical stream in men's room. Oh my god. Let's see. Bob Sebring says gun-toting white male Christians are the most hated majority. Yeah. Which I don't, I don't get it. So, but it's wild, man. It's wild. I can't explain it. Oh, they have active volcanoes. That's pretty neat. I gotta admit, it's pretty cool. But yeah, overall, sorry, folks. I gotta take a second. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I just think that where we're going is I think we're going in the right direction if we can get Trump in office. He's a big middle finger to the establishment. He's a big middle finger to what we hate. We hate the lifelong politicians running the country. You know, Batshit Crazy says mostly political channel noob here. I, lately, okay, so the closer to the election we get, the more political this channel definitely gets. But usually, no, I'm not a very political channel. I'm usually talking about financial concepts. I try to at least. I will admit I've definitely kind of gone off the beaten path. I just feel like, America is in trouble, and I feel like, people like me, have a obligation in a weird way, almost like a fiduciary responsibility to expose fraudsters like Kamala, like our lazy ass vice president. Anyway, but yeah, so Tommy says, let's see, Happy New Year. Bob says somebody's tired. A little bit, yeah, very much so. Tommy Long says, I love ETFs. Back at you, brother. I have all sorts of different types of ETFs in my portfolio just because it's good to spread out into the different ones, as long as they're ETFs that are worth owning, as long as the ETFs hold on to really good companies, or at least are diversified into something interesting. Bob says the elites are on both sides. Yeah, I do feel like Trump, while he is a rich guy, obviously, I do feel like he's a maverick. He's a cowboy in a lot of ways. So I'm excited to see him kick some ass. Batshit Crazy says drive for show, diversify for dough. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Tommy Long says, I love bonds too, even though they don't grow much. I still love the monthly dividend, the monthly income, and the low volatility. Absolutely, man. Who doesn't? This shit's awesome. Shit's fun. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think bonds are great to have in your portfolio, Tommy, just because they do like I'm exposed to bond ETFs because they're ETFs that hold the bonds themselves, so I don't have to buy the bonds on my own. Um, I think it's good to be diversified in the bond market for sure. Tommy asks, how many ETFs do you own? I think, let's see, a lot. I have not counted how many different ETFs I own. I own a lot of individual stocks as well. So I was going to say maybe it's half and half. I don't know, half ETFs, half individual stocks that I own. I mean, ETFs contain individual stocks, obviously, but like, I own a good amount. I'm pretty spread out on the ETF range. I'll go into sector ETFs. I'll go into super massively diversified to even more concentrated ones. I just like the whole concept of variable weighting. Basically meaning that it's almost like owning several different portfolio weightings and having them all kind of average out and kind of work themselves out. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting way to do it for sure. Um, oh yes, another thing is Bob is saying Trump can't be bought is one of the reasons why they hate him because they can't control him. Absolutely. You can't control the dude. So that's a good thing. You don't want a guy. I would rather have somebody who can't be controlled. That's important to me. And besides, he's not influenced by external sources. He's already rich as hell. He's good for the rest of his life. Tommy Long says, I wanted an energy stock, but they are volatile as hell. Yeah, that's understandable. Well, hold on. You wanted an energy stock. Well, why don't you just get like, my thought would be, if you want to get energy stocks, why don't you just, buy all the different ones, Now, there are some energy companies that are definitely volatile for sure, depending on how they're managed or depending on like, what's going on in the world sometimes. Like depends on what region that they service or what type of energy they provide. But if you want to really expose yourself in the energy sector, so I think there are ETFs that focus primarily on energy stocks. I don't know which ones those are specifically. I know I have a couple just sitting in my portfolio. Bob says no special interest. Tommy says I don't like too much volatility. Tommy, this is not meant to be a rude statement, but this is meant to give you a kick in the rear end. All right, so hear me out on this one, Tommy. Tommy, if you can't handle volatility, then you can't handle being an investor. I mean that. And how do you learn to handle volatility is the ultimate question. You could spread out your risk. You could diversify as much as you can. That's one way to do it. Diversifying does actually help, to be honest. Diversifying into different asset classes can kind of keep your portfolio fairly steady and less volatile overall. If you're looking for less volatility on the overall part of it. Tommy says dividend ETFs cover most sectors for me. Oh, nice. Good man. Let's see what else we got here. Oh. Well, I may cut this one short a little bit. I'm going to go get some sodas, to be honest. I've been trying to cut out high fructose corn syrup out of my diet, so I've been pretty much going with nothing but cane sugar. I figure if I'm going to go with sugar, I might as well just go with cane sugar, Still not good. Sugar in itself is not very good for you, but sugar in lower quantities is It's better than nothing. But any last words from anybody before I head out? I guess the question I could ask all you guys: who are you voting for? Say who you're voting for in the live feed before I go. Let me know, everybody. Who y'all voting for? Just in the comment section. Just put either Trump or Kamala, or just put whoever you're voting for. Just say it. Tom says R. Kelly. Okay. Who you guys voting for? Woke and Go Death says Trump. Hell yeah. I dig it. I'm on board for R. Kelly too. Tommy Long says Castro, my man, dude, my man. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Tim wanted me to do. Tim Smith says, will you be doing a live erotic 2.69K subs live stream when you hit that number? I should. I absolutely should. Tim, I actually see your comments. You're good, man. He's saying, I think my comments are all blocked. There's been so many people commenting. I'm trying to keep up, but Freebird, Castro, Trump, let's see. Okay, that's cool. All right, everybody. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen to all this. I appreciate you guys, and have an incredible night. Later. I gotta do more Trump videos. These are awesome. The involvement, the crowd, talking to the